What's up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of Breakdown the Fight. I am your host, Henry Cejudo, aka Triple C, and today I would like to break down Sean O'Malley versus Petr Yan. My initial reaction to that fight, I was like, well, first of all, I thought me and you were gonna fight, Sean. What's up? I told you October was I was available, but I get it. Petr Yan's a more winnable fight for you because more likely this is what you want. And if I was to give you 2 cents, Sean O'Malley, aka Ronald McDonald, the only way for you to win this fight, and you could win this fight, is going to be based on 2 things. You using your distance, front kicks, keeping them at bay, and doing what you do, because there is things that you do right, and those are your fakes, your feints. You're able to set your hips. This is why you're able to catch your strikes or your hands. You see, I think winning the distance game, and I think the other thing too is, where people are going to be very surprised to see from you, is you using your grappling. I know you're training with ADCC world champ, multiple time world champ, Tanquinho, and I do believe that you've learned a few things from him, because sharp iron does sharp iron. I believe he is a solid dude. I've been able to watch him compete live, and I know how good he is. So if you're able to somehow find his back or be in here with him, you could potentially look for different positions and ways to finish the fight. So number 1 is your distance game. Number 2 is, why not surprise people with your grappling? And I think a lot of front kicks, a lot of the stuff that he does, because there's a lot of things that Sean O'Malley does do well, and those are his fakes and his feints, and a little bit of his distance recognition. The only thing that I'm gonna have to say where Sean is wrong is he's leaning too forward on that front leg. He's gonna have to either master more of that distance, and he's gonna have to, bring that front leg and get accustomed to have a little bit of different sides, because everybody's gonna be attacking that front leg. Anyhow, for Sean O'Malley, he's gonna have to use that front kick, and he's gonna have to really tactically use that cage as much as he can, because the more he can develop distance and frustrate Peter, the better opportunity he's going to have to win the fight. Another thing I will take into consideration, I think the only way that Sean really wins this fight, if it ain't the distance game, is going to have to be his grappling. I believe his grappling, I believe it is good. He is working with Tanquinho, ADCC world champ. If he can get it to the ground, if he can get Petr Yan to the ground, I do believe he could submit him. But that being said, Petr Yan is a savage. He really is, man. As much as I don't like Petr Yan is gonna bring the fight. He is gonna press him. He is gonna take the space from here. And when Petr Yan does this, because he'll tend to do this a lot. If you watch him against Aljamain Sterling, he'll do this a lot. If you're able to catch Petr Yan do this is when you're able to go for takedowns, or this is when you're able to kick the legs. These are the breakdowns that I feel. I think for Petr Yan, in order for him to win this fight, because he's going to be a huge favorite, bring the pressure, bring the fight. And if you're able to do that, because there's one thing that Sean doesn't have, he doesn't have experience. And from what I've seen with that Cejudo fight, he doesn't have grit either, or he needs help on that grit. And grit goes back to experience and what you've been through. I think as a wrestler, I've been through grit with Juan Moraes' fight, with straining my ankle with Demetrius Johnson, but I've been able to find a way to win. And that's the only thing that I'm going to say, that Sean, you cannot buy, you cannot receive from whomever the hell. You need more of experience of competition. But if you could win this fight, win the distance game, try to find that to the floor, and I do believe that you could possibly submit him. But that being said, I'm leaning towards Petr Yan. He's going to bring the fight. He's going to keep it on his feet. He's going to take the distance from you. And those are my 2 cents. So thank you guys for watching, breaking down the fight. You guys make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Henry Cejudo. And again, a big shout out to Dynamic Striking. I'm out!